These kind of combo. Restore more health. That's a combo. Kind of rare for Luna starters to combo with something. What happens when you critical fail in Monster Train? I guess we're about to find out together. Together! I can't take Volatile Gauge with Pyre of Entropy. It just like, that would be the worst idea ever. So I guess we go Versatile Ember Staff, which does seem like it works okay with Pyre of Entropy. We beat some before having the spreadsheet. Interesting. Maybe? I guess yes. Together! Oh, nice. Thank you. Second time in a row that I've lost the first collector in this way. Very first runs against Titans were in an organized rotation. Ah! I remember now. It's been so long. The wave finale. I do kind of want healing. I might take a sting, since it actually like deals damage. Alright, you have cards that deal damage. Sure, I'll take a card that deals damage. And dazes sometimes. Maybe that's useful. Quick sweep multi-strike? Sweep multi-strike. Let's go for Cultivate Animus of Will. I feel like it's been a while since I did this. Maybe we'll be reminded why it doesn't work. Eka is a Phase Blessing. Check. Phase Blessing is a pretty good card. We did it! We got a collector. Is that the first time today? Probably not quite. I think almost, though. God damn. I think Luna has a bunch of things which are very strong when all put together, with the issue being what happens if you fail to put them all together. That has been my Luna experience. Surely this wins. So many mediocre damage spells. Yeah, that's kind of true. Good stuff. And then Graft. Graft does some fun things sometimes. Gravity definitely does some fun things. The thing that gives attack on Sly, maybe. Mage Blade or Luna Cycle Staff. I might go for an early Cycle Staff. That's quick. Oh, actually kind of a choice. I think I'm taking quick. I could also take Mage Blade. Seems like a decent idea. Alright, we want to set up top, I guess. Although we didn't fewer cultivates that way. Alright, let's set up bottom then. No. I want the extra 2 turns of scaling. Is Mage Blade a buff that can propagate? No. It's one of the yellow ones. Not entirely sure what I'm doing. Oh, right, I have this thing. Okay, okay. I've worked out what I'm doing. I'm just making the Luna Cycle Staff as big as possible. That works for me. I shouldn't need this. But I guess I could play it anyway. Maybe I should play it anyway. Get out of the dock. Does that mean if you give Primordium multi-strike? That does work though. It feels like that's what that would mean. Kinda hype. Archeon is coming here next. So I want to kill these if I'm going to this turn. All that mostly good. Maybe I've gotten better at scaling Animus as well. Kind of an exciting thing to think about. Next Archeon will go here. And then it's actual boss rush time. Ow. Seems better. These clans actually have synergy. I'm so used to Luna having no synergy with the thing I'm trying to do. Cool. I will take it, I guess. Looks like a fun run. Hopefully it gets to be pretty fun. Monster Train 1, you usually find yourself leaning toward one clan or the other instead of comboing. I'm sorry, why do you have 33 attack? Am I just dead again? Did I just get Archeoned? I think I just got Archeoned. What are you even talking about? A 33 attack? What do you mean? I guess I have 160 attack. And it's gonna come down. It'll come down to 25, I think. I think both Archeon and Kale have a thing where, like, usually they don't do anything, and then sometimes everything sort of lines up exactly wrong for you. Alright, we got it. Unleash the Wildwood is a strong card. Channel Song is also playable. Unleash the Wildwood just should be a bit less good than usual because of Conduit. Conduit and healing cards already being in my deck. Whereas Channel Song should be a little bit better than usual because of Meddlers. Like, Luna has cards you actually want in play which aren't in play at the deployment phase. Which is the issue with Channel Song. That a lot of the clans don't. Which clan am I the least excited to see? I don't think I know. I could take a Shattered Shell, and I could have Quick Sweep. I could choose Quick Sweep or Many Multi-Strike, one or the other. Oh, I have the Mage Blade. I do also have the Mage Blade. This is already at 35 attack, by the way. That's obscene. That's very good. That's one fight. Wow. Okay. Okay, so when you have Moon Rituals and get this early, it does actually go off. The Meddlers also did, I think, +8 to it. Is that right? +6? Maybe +6. I could also take an Awoken Hollow. I think that's just memes. But it is pretty funny memes. Phase on summon 2. They do. That's why I said maybe 8, but then I realized I only activated them twice. I'm pretty sure I only activated that. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Really, it could be anything. First unit you summon each turn gains conduit 4. Maybe? Friendly units gain conduit on Slay. Alright. Okay. Ooh. I don't think it's a Wanderer's Talisman. Let's go Pyrostone Housing and try to get one of the units super strong. Gonna wait for Slay the Spire 2. Slay the Spire 2 should be a good time. Certainly hope so. Shattered Shell. No quick cure is too bad. A spell, a curse, and a creature. Panama. Is there a particular design space I'm interested to explore? I'll say this politely. I think that stuff like that is much less present in Monster Train than in Slay the Spire. I think Monster Train has far, far, far fewer close decisions. There are just fewer inflection points, I guess, where you choose between two different paths. You kind of just learn which things are strong, and then you take them when they are offered. That has been my experience anyway. Do I want this? Doesn't feel necessary. With Fireborn, I go pretty heavily for eggs every time, and then Hot-Headed one-shots floors eventually once you give it a Mind Cage. There are still definitely situations where you are choosing between two options. But they come up so seldom that, like, I don't know. It doesn't really feel like an interrogable space to me, I guess. At least not the way that I explore games, which is by actually, like, getting in the situations over and over again. Favorite Monster Train 2 clans? The second Pyreborn champion is the most interesting to me right now. Lady Gilda. Like she has some really interesting trade-offs in early game in particular. GG. Of course he loves the character with the egg. How could he not? I think with so much card draw from Pyre of Entropy, Pyre Grow, like, should be good? Maybe? I don't know. Do I use the Ember for something? Possibly I just don't use the Ember it gives me for anything. I might eventually get an X card, I guess. X card. Different X card. Interesting. Different X. They're all X cards. Okay. Well, I was right. I think Lunacy. I just keep giving Luna Cycle stuff as much damage as possible, and I put it on a sweep creature or a ×4 attack creature. Probably I win the game. Quick seems like a good word. Yeah, I don't know. It should go on one of them, but I'm not sure which one. I have a little bit of thorns. I'll put it here. I'm not gonna spend 15 gold on +14 attack. We can do better. Lorge Titanite. Is this the right creature to tank with? Honestly, probably. Weird. I could have put it on Silent Sentinel, I guess. But Silent Sentinel is not actually part of my floor. Like, if Silent Sentinel dies, I don't care. That's fine. Just die. Doesn't matter to me. Sweet. One thing I don't have is enough space to actually play both meddlers, unfortunately. Like, I can play them here, I guess, but they will die. I want holdover on that. Keep this alive. One more turn, maybe. Try to choose anything. Gotta shoot this. I wouldn't hate phasing you. If you're not gonna die. At least this way I don't get corruption from you. I can actually unleash here. Get one more scale out of that. Alright, it works for me. I can unleash the Wildwood here again. It does have 12 corruption on it. Maybe we just let that one die now. Tried its best. How's everybody? Excited about the weekend? Got any fun plans? I signed... Oh, I can't, like, say this because of... I can say... This is not Slay the Spire 2 related, and then I can say I signed an NDA for something this weekend that's kind of cool. I think I can say that. So I have that to be looking forward to. Exciting new things. I feel like if I said that without caveating that it wasn't Slay the Spire 2 related, everyone would be freaking out though. So we should caveat. You're assuming it's Slay the Spire 3. I mean, I don't think it is. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. That would be a pretty hype move to release Slay the Spire 3 before Slay the Spire 2. Y'all don't have to speculate. This is just a thing that happens sometimes, is people want you to look at something that isn't public yet, and so, you know, it's fine. Chill. Maybe I just shouldn't have mentioned it. This thing's fine. Oh, whoops. Oh, whoops. Silk Song tomorrow confirmed. That was the takeaway that I was expecting you to have, to be sure. I can decide to take 1 damage to scale a little bit more with Lunacy. And I can decide that 3 different times. It's like a very granular decision. Hey, Mr. Ronald Reagan. How's it going? Hey, Crypsis. Well, now one of them's dead. I kind of don't want to play this because then they'll have different attack amounts and that just like doesn't bring me joy. Oh, whoa. Ensnare, Focus Growth, and Pyre Shards. The problem with these two cards is I'm going to draw 10 cards a turn anyway. So the bottom half of the card doesn't do anything. And the problem with Pyre Shards is I have a quick sweeper with like 100 attack. So yeah. Feels like overall not the best options. Moon Cycle triggers an additional time. I could take this for more scaling on the equipment. We can get a room to hang out in, or we could look at some artifacts. I feel like the artifacts are mostly bad. A silence room. I think a silence room against Corruption Seraph. It's pretty good. Bloodthirsty Blade's a little late. But I guess I could combine. I could have put a Bloodthirsty Staff on a Cycle Staff and just make the number even bigger. Sure. I don't really see why not. Have I lost that guy by muting him yet? No, I have not. But I am aware that it is a thing one can achieve. Remove a card. Sounds so bougie. I chose the weaker stuff? Yeah. That was deliberate. I need to take another Ember to be able to play everything on turn 1. Which means in order to get everything on the same floor, I'm going to need to use Gravity to descend something. Alright. I just mispronounced bougie. Bougie. It's not a real word. You can just say whatever the fuck you want. The bougie monster. Unfortunately, there's no way to increase the health of one of my units. Because, like, I would like this to be on the same floor as these, right? That's what I took it for. And yet here we are. Whoops. Oh well. This one with Slay, yeah. Aim this thing permanently on Slay. So I actually don't want to give this quick because I want this to attack first. Yeah, it's fine. You can have quick. already has quick. The one that doesn't have quick? No, it doesn't. The one that does have quick already has quick, though. I've never had these cycle stops go off this hard before. Kind of fun. Can you have quick? I would be okay with it. I guess we can cultivate here to give this more health eventually, and then I can descend it with gravity. This is not actually going to happen. Or is it? Because I can do this? Oh shit, maybe it is going to happen. Gravity's in my draw pile. Shoot my own unit. Like you do. I have to sign NDAs for Diamond Heist. Actually, the most important thing to do for Diamond Heist is make sure there's a paper record showing that you were there. Otherwise, what if people, like, said you weren't involved? You wouldn't be able to get credit. Iketsukan! I made a strong floor. Ritual Tome feels pretty good. I have to pick between Ember and Capacity. I think I actually want Ember. And in order to stack the floor better, I have to do Gravity shenanigans. If I take Capacity, I can put my champion at the front of the floor. Does that, like, do something? I feel like it doesn't do anything. I will run into some corruption issues, I guess. Maybe that's what it does, is help with the corruption issues. Maybe I'll talk myself into it. Okay. Because in the Titan fight in particular, probably will go long enough that Animus of Will is at least in danger of dying. Maybe Animus of Will doesn't die, but, like, at least in danger of dying. Oh. I guess this doesn't really matter. It lets me put Mooncaller on the floor more easily. Yeah, that's nice. I'm having a kick-ass day. It's not bad. Hasn't been a terrible day today. Won't have to deal with corruption if I just one-shot Seraph. Probably true. What do I even remove? Sharpen? Yeah, I'm probably never playing Sharpen in my entire life, huh? The starter cards seem fine with... I mean, they combo, right? Conduit and then heal. Heal more. Because Conduit. Not the strongest combo in my deck, but a combo. Dominion's Disdain. This is Curses, so I probably want to be bottom floor. The issue with taking capacity instead of Ember with this Pyre is... I'm sure I'm going to take Vengeful Shard damage. It makes it smaller and cuter. So true. So true, actually. Ow. Time to duplicate Pyrogrow. Not the worst idea I've heard today. I mean... Holy shit, it got away. I didn't know this was possible. Oh, I haven't been clicking these. I just missed +4 attack. Should I reset the run? What is the worst idea I've heard today? Oh, it was actually that one. I was just being polite. These can't be used against you in court. That's an illegal disclosure. Am I close to 4 champions done? I'm sure I have several that have 1 win left. Yeah, just looking at my list, it looks like I have quite a few that are 1 win left. Take a restoring retreat? Stack a floor a little bit? Seems kind of fine. I could take another cycle staff. What would I do with it? I don't know, but they're pretty good. And it feels like I have 1 ember free. 250, 209. Ow. I could also take another Pyrogrow. Or I could spell chain my current Pyrogrow. I could spell chain my current Pyrogrow and then also take another. Ooh. That's actually kind of hot. We'll stack this. Let's look at the relics real quick to make sure I don't have to spend a lot of money on these. These don't matter. This one's... I don't understand how this works. Lowest health friendly. Doesn't that just mean it heals my like 3 health thing? Like my meddler gets 10 health? Like, why is that good? I guess if you're going for the +1/+1 on Moon Cycle floor with Echo, I could see it being good. That's kind of the only place that it makes any sense to me. You would assume it's actually most health missing? Yeah, but that's not what it says. So, you know? I mean, you might be right. It's just not what it says. I've had it once before in a spot where it like made sense either way. I don't remember what it did. I'm not gonna like click it again. I don't know. It's fine. All right, double Pyrogrow. It does work that way. It heals the unit with the most missing health. Like, what is? It's fine, whatever. I don't even care anymore. I'm moving on with my life. Okay, Corruption Seraphs. Definitely not fun. Definitely not fun. UI designer is a full-time job. Agree. Agree. I think I would enjoy being a UI designer. I'd get really into it. Interesting. Eh. Alright, only 6 cards next turn. I am not currently entertaining any offers to become a UI designer, no. I almost certainly wouldn't enjoy it because nobody would listen to me and then they would blame me when players complained. You have UI design experience? Hype. I did a little bit of UI, like, suggesting when I was working on Long War II. So I'm not just making this idea up, I, like, actually have done a little bit of it and did somewhat enjoy it. I guess I didn't get into further game design afterwards, so maybe that's something to reflect on. Moon cycle triggers an additional time. Okay, I'm not certain, but I'm pretty sure that only gives me +1, not ×2. That seemed like what I just saw happen. Awkward. Unleash the Wildwood is in my deck somewhere. Order. Ooh, that's a pretty good draw. This also would have done the same thing, I guess. Wow, okay, that was not a very good first play this turn. Hey Duke, how are you? Oh, I meant to put the sleep creature behind the creature with Titanite. It probably won't matter. And gets +2 attack every time. So this should apply. It should go 18 times, so it should get +18 attack. Oh, it does work. Okay, yeah, you're right. Neat. Just kind of outstatting Seraph with like actual fair scaling. Fair in quotation marks, I guess, but often when I have decks which are just making big stats without like a double or a daze or an ascend or something like that, I struggle a lot against that Seraph. But this one just kind of murdered it, so that's cool. Does fair mean lower bound than exponential in this case? It's a bit more complicated. It's something like that. Feels like a close enough definition of fair to like mostly work for what I'm saying. Should have dazed it. Like, I don't think it matters. And if I'm wrong, it'll just be very embarrassing. The Animus is nuts? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Correct. Now what? It also has Titanite, like, just in case. It's a very good creature. Big fan. Maybe just play this once to get it out of the deck at this point. The challenge is just staying alive with 75 health against that. At this point, because as you can see, the creatures are dying. I think at this point though, like I'm gonna clear this wave. Oh, there's no wave here. Well, it's even easier. This Titan's just dead to me spamming the spell, right? How would you, like, what, if you're talking in math terms and you're talking about exponents, what would you call days 1? It's like, I don't know, is that exponential? Is it higher than exponential or lower than exponential? Feels like it's linear. What I'm trying to say is it feels like there's a, like, classification error going on here. If we're thinking about exponential as the thing we care about. Alright, Awoken 1 Luna. That was actually really strong.